Hello, John Stanley here. We sure do miss seeing you, but we're thankful to Almighty God for creating such great technology that we can communicate together. You know, last evening we were having a Zoom meeting on computer. We had 13 people or so, but at the beginning of the meeting, Dr. Benz opened with a Bible verse, opened with a prayer. And that prayer had to do with the promise that Jesus Christ made. The last sentence in the last chapter of the book of Matthew. Jesus has gathered his disciples. It's before he ascends into heaven. And Jesus tells them the Great Commission, of course, but the last sentence, he says, "Lo, I am with you always, even to the end of the age." And in these days when we are sequestered in our homes because of the virus and the potential of the virus, I was thinking, that's the word that we need to hear. In a world of uncertainty, Jesus' last words, "Lo, I am with you always, even to the end of the age." And when we think of promises, I was reminded of about this time last year, one Wednesday night in the fellowship hall, our very gifted and talented, committed, dedicated director of music ministries, Bethany Jennings, did a program. And she talked to us who do not sing very well about the music, but she was talking about when we're in worship, that we all, it's not the music, but it is the words to the hymn that we're singing. And in thinking about what Dr. Benz had as her devotion last night, and thinking about the word promise, I went to our Presbyterian hymn book and looked on page 250 of our Presbyterian hymn book for that wonderful hymn. In the bulb, there is a flower. It's the hymn of promise. And it's a fairly recent hymn. You know, it was written in about 1985. And that sentence, the first stanza of that hymn, don't worry, I'm not going to try to sing it, but in the first stanza, in the bulb there is a flower, in the seed an apple tree, and a cocoon a hidden promise. Butterflies will soon be set free. In the cold and snow of winter, there is a spring that waits to be, unrevealed until its season, something only God can see. Something only God can see. In the cold and snow of winter, there's a spring that longs to be. And in these winter times of our lives, it seems that regardless of what's going on out there, as we are sequestered and we're not seeing people that we love and that we'd love to see people, there is a spring that longs to be the promise of Jesus. And remember, I am with you always, even to the end of the age. Let us have peace in our lives as we remember Jesus' promise that he's with us, even to the end of the age. May God be with you until we meet again. God bless you. Thank you for your time and listening in today. God bless.